This is the snail. Look how slow this thing is moving. It's moving so slow. I'm gonna turn it up, but it's moving. It's moving. My point of this is, no matter how long it takes for that snail to get across this track, that snail is moving little by little. And it's by faith that it's not allowing the rocks to stop him, the gravel, because it can hurt him. Because snails they have this softness, but then they have this shell, and it's not allowing it to stop it. And that's a long. I'm talking about that's a long way. I'm gonna show you how long it is to a snail. That is a long way compared to that snail, and this is where he's come from. He's come from there. This is the other side. But just imagine if he wouldn't start taking those steps. And this is how much the snail has to go. This is still the snail, and he still has a long way to go. I'm going to pull the camera up. That's a long way for that snail, for him to be that small. So what I'm getting out of this, God has me looking at this for a different reason. They walking like not even they walking so slow, but they gonna get to the other side. And the ants, I recorded them a little earlier. One ant was carrying this big old thing. I don't know what it was carrying, but that little bitty ant, that one ant was carrying something I'm talking about 5 times bigger than him. Don't know how heavy it was, but that ant was getting somewhere with that doggone whatever he was carrying. And I'm going to tell you this. If that ant can get somewhere and do that, just imagine the faith and the strength that God has given us. And sometimes we don't think. Now, that's a little bitty snail and a little bitty ant. And we thinking that, and we got to think how amazing God is to be able to create some snails so small, and to be able to create some ants so small, and they still work. And I really admire how God is teaching me. Look at the birds. They was in a shell one day. They was in an egg one day. But look at them flying. They had to get out that egg, that hard shell, and be the baby, and their mama had to feed them and prep them and do whatever she needed to do, make them a nest. But then after a while, them birds learned to fly, not knowing how to fly, but they had to learn. They had to get their little weak wings, and they were scared and learn how to fly. So everything is new to us. We have a brand new day. We have a brand new sun. We have a brand new air. We have brand new. And God is doing the most amazing. And we have to rely on it and trust God. That if he did all of this, and there are many more insects, there are many more, things that the Lord has used to show us that by faith, we can do it. Even if we have faith as small as a mustard seed. And I need to get a mustard seed. I used to have one. We need to get some mustard seeds and see how small they are compared to the faith that's the faith that God wants us to have in order to be able to do what we need to do. That's just starting it off. It's small as a mustard seed. But how much more does God grow that seed? We just start off with mustard seed faith. But then he grows us. And he grows us. I'm going to see if I can find this ant, because I'm coming back around to it. Now this is the hole. Let me see. This is the hole that the ant and his family was in. But I don't even see no more ants no more. Oh, yes, I do. I don't know where that other ant went to. But he was getting somewhere. Look how small them ants are. But they doing what they gotta do. And then we don't even know, I don't know how ants think. You know, I know they have a mind, but I'm like, you know, I don't know how God did that. And I'm not even going to try to get my mind wrapped around it. You know, just imagine that little bitty mind in that little bitty body. But God, God gives life. He blesses life. He restores life. He replenishes life. Here I come to this little snail again. Now, this little snail still at it. He done made it to the crack. At first, he wasn't even much at the crack. He going over the crack. Look how slow he moving. Just moving so slow. But he's getting there. And he not giving up. He might be tired. He might be thirsty. He might be frustrated. But he ain't giving up. And that's the part we got to trust and rely on God. No matter what we see, we can't give up. You know, the other day I was so frustrated. I'm talking about very. And the Lord say, little by little, Theodora. And I'm thinking, okay, God, I still ain't got nothing what I need to get done. So I started working little by little because I was so frustrated. Because we try to do so much because we trying to get so much done. And God's saying, I don't need you to do all that. I need you to do little by little. Do what you can do, Theodora. Not what you can't do. And I do what you can't do. And he was giving me the strength, little by little. Just like when I started walking this track. Oh, my God. When I first started walking this track, I could not go around here. But probably 2 or 3 times. Now, I don't know how many times I walk around here. I really don't. I probably walk a whole hour and a half. I couldn't even walk 30 minutes when I first started. But God. But God. And I have to learn that when we're doing things, sometimes God don't want everybody to help us. Because when you walking, can't nobody walk for you. When you get up out the bed, they might can help you, but they can't do it for you. And we have become so handicapped, seriously, and I'm speaking to myself as well, that we always want somebody to help us. Now I'm not saying if you need help and you just don't know or you don't know how to do it, then that's not handicap. Handicap means you can do it, and some things you can't do because it have gotten to the point where you do actually need the help. And I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about like things that we know that we can do, but we get sometimes so prideful and we just allow other people to do it just because they can do it. We have to trust God in everything. Trust God in the little things. And this message is for me first, and then I give it to everybody else because I need it. I know I need it. And I want everyone to have a very blessed day, a blessed morning, and know that faith moves mountains. Fear destroys mountains. I love y'all, and for everyone, have a very blessed and amazing, awesome day.